Everybody wants and needs money, but a lot of us don't really understand it or know how to deal with it properly. Just getting paid doesn't mean you'll be financially successful or stable. If you don't know how to handle your money well, life can get hard very quickly, and the problems that arise affect every part of your life. Relationships frequently break down over money. It can be bad for your health to try to work multiple jobs just to make ends meet. We often forget about creative and passion projects because we spend so much time trying to make money instead of making good use of it. And this never-ending loop keeps going month after month. People often have trouble making enough money at work to cover their costs, even though they work hard. If you spend money without thinking, you might not have any money left when you get paid. When there aren't any funds or investments set aside for the future, unexpected costs can really hurt people who are on a tight budget. A lot of people get stuck in too much debt because they don't know how to handle their money. A lot of people use credit cards to treat themselves right away, but they don't always think about how much interest will cost them in the long run. At first, student loans may not seem too hard to handle, but they can quickly become too much to handle when you think about the years you have to pay them back with interest. A lot of people have trouble paying their bills on time, which can cause their amounts to get out of hand. The first part of the book talks about how important it is to save money before spending it. This song stresses how important it is to be responsible with your money and not spend more than you have. Building on that foundation, it gives useful information on important topics like smart spending, managing debt, getting the most out of your money, and becoming financially independent. Money Wisdom gives clear, useful tips to help people manage their money well, whether they are just starting out on the path to financial freedom or need to brush up on what they already know. If you want to take charge of your financial future, you need to read this book. Lesson 1: How to make, grow, and handle money without being heard. Most of the time, becoming financially independent doesn't happen by accident. You have to plan how to handle, grow, and keep an eye on your money. But a lot of people choose to keep these things to themselves instead of telling everyone. Why is that? Because handling money means making choices that are unique to each person. To make money, save money, and spend, it's important to pick cars that fit your risk level and way of life. What works well for one person might not be right for someone else. When you talk about money in public, people like friends, family, and co-workers may give you advice, judge you, or put pressure on you. People can attack advice on how to spend, give, or trade your hard-earned money without being asked because it might not fit with their ideas of how successful you should be financially. Protecting your chosen funds from loan pressure can make you feel unsafe, even though it can help you get rich. Not only can people with a lot of money have problems with others, but they can also be targets of lawsuits, scams, and trickery, both online and off. Keeping some financial information secret can help keep you from being taken advantage of. That's why the wealthiest people learn how to handle their money in a sneaky way. They build up their wealth in a humble way and give freely without trying to impress. While they are happy to give general advice that has worked for them, they don't go into specifics. When it comes to money, only trusted partners and moral advisors should be involved. This simple moral approach to money can be used by anyone. Be careful to save and spend your money, but don't be cocky. Please say no to fund other people's projects or have in-depth conversations. Find teachers you can trust who can give you advice in private. Make smart choices about your money without letting other people affect them. Protect your financial well-being by sticking to your personal ideals and enjoying peace and privacy. Lesson 2. Don't listen to the broker's money advice. A lot of people look for help with their money when they are lost or having a hard time, but it's important to be careful when getting financial help from people who have had results you don't want for yourself. Why bother with methods that are used by people who are always having money problems, are in debt, or are stuck in jobs they hate just to make ends meet? Their fruits show clear rules to stay away from instead of actions to copy. Without a doubt, there are some cases. Even the best money planners have bad days from time to time. Anyone can have money problems for a while because of a health emergency or a problem in their business. And of course, advice from older people who have been through a lot is highly valued. But generally, it's not worth your time or could be damaging to get financial help from people who always have money problems, make excuses, or see themselves as victims. Because of how they think, what they value, and the choices they make, they are always in a state of shortage, which is not exactly something to copy. It's best to seek help from experienced teachers who have intentionally achieved amazing results and lives over many years. People who are good at managing their own money, like family members, co-workers, and experts who show careful and smart money management. Through real-life cases, they give clear advice on things like buying a home, making a budget, saving, and handling money. Mentors teach habits and information that popular leaders don't get because they care more about looking good than being financially stable. It may be tempting to live a fancy life, but when it comes to money, it's important to focus on the basics. Be careful when choosing teachers. Avoid getting financial advice from people who are having financial problems. Focus on proven principles shown by great wealth builders. Over time, your own successes will also motivate other people to do well. Lesson 3. Get money before you spend it. Patience is very important when it comes to money and investment, especially in a culture that values quick wins and easy ways to get rich. But if you want to be wealthy and free in the long run, you need to be careful and disciplined with your money. Earn before you spend and investigate before you invest are still good advice for people who are good with money because of this. It can be easy to get what you want right now if you use a credit card or get a loan. As a result, giving in to that urge too often can leave you with heavy debt payments that keep taking money out of your pocket every month. This is how spending money without thinking can lead to money problems in the future. It's smarter to stick to your budget, save money, and only buy things you can really afford. Patience and sticking with something will pay off in the long run. You can avoid debt and slowly build up your saves and investments if you know how to handle your money well. It's important to take a moment to think about a business chance that seems important and likely to pay off. If the chance can't stand up to some unbiased study, it's best to stay away from it altogether. Before deciding where to spend their money, smart investors carefully look at a company's financial records to get a clear picture of its strengths and flaws. They also think about the possible returns and risks and look at all of their choices. If you spend without giving it a lot of thought first, you might fall for scams or get bad results. A careful study, on the other hand, can help you choose options that could make you a lot of money in the long run. When it comes to your money, being patient will pay off big, whether you're new to investing or have done it before. You can become financially free and have more investment options if you put making money ahead of spending it. If you do a lot of study before investing, you can make sure that your money goes to chances that are likely to pay off in the long run. Having a calm attitude is very important for long-term financial security. When you want to get rich and be financially stable, you need to be patient. Money is a way to get things, not an end in itself. A lot of people see it as a sign of success or the final goal. But money shouldn't be the only thing that matters. It should be used as a tool to get what you want. It doesn't matter how much money you get. You have full power over your money. Some people say money is a tool. You can go anywhere with it, but you'll still be in control. This saying really gets across the idea. Knowing how important money is can help you reach your goals and decide what's most important to you. Money enables you to travel, follow your interests, and have a good influence on the things that are important to you. But your money problems don't control the road you take or the result you get. You are able to do it, and money will follow your lead. There are two guys with the same amount of money. People can put their money into fancy homes, cars, and fun things to do. You could choose to live a simple life and give most of your money to good causes, like medical studies or grants. Both people have the means to travel, but the places they choose to go show how different their goals are. Think about two people who want to retire early. By diligently saving and investing, they built up enough money to be able to retire at 40 years old. One person decides to travel with very few things, and the other starts a long-awaited business project. It's important to remember this again. Money gives us options, but how we use it depends on our own values and goals. The real value of money is not in the money itself, but in the chances it opens up for you. Keep your hands on the driving wheel at all times. You have the power to decide what your wealth is for and how important it is to you, no matter how much money you have. Money moves you forward, but you still have power over your direction. Money can affect things in both good and bad ways. When money is treated properly, it can be a useful tool that provides safety and chances. But if you don't watch out for it, money can quickly become a controlling force that can cause bad things like loss, stress, and anger. Understanding the idea of money hangs on understanding that it is neither inherently good nor bad. How you see it and how you deal with it determines its value. When you put making money ahead of everything else and let it take over your life, it gets power and control that it doesn't deserve. In your quest for money, you ignore your relationships, health, and beliefs. Putting aside the reasons you want money in the first place, it can be a very demanding master. Once you really understand money, though, you can use its power in a way that fits with your values. Instead of letting it control you, you can use its skills to help you reach your life's goals. If you have a healthy view of life and a good understanding of yourself, money can be a useful tool that gives you chances and options to reach your goals. If you don't know how to handle your money well, it can be both a strong tool and a harmful force. To get through tough financial times and reach financial safety and success, it's important to understand the risks and benefits of money. To stay in charge of your money, you need to understand how it works. You should be in charge of your money and spend it wisely on things that are important to you. Be smart about how you use its power to help the most important events and results happen. When looked at this way, money stops being able to trick you and starts to seem much more important than it really is. Instead, it plays an important part in backing your morals and good goals. Lesson 5. When you use money wisely, it works for you and grows for generations. It can be tempting to only care about making money and using it for short-term pleasures and social markers. True financial knowledge, on the other hand, means building up your assets and getting the most out of your money, both for your own benefit and to leave a long memory for future generations. In fact, your financial success isn't just based on how much money you make. What matters is how much you can keep, which depends on how well you can avoid spending money you don't need to and pay as little tax as possible. The smart person who builds wealth thinks about every dollar they earn and looks for ways to make it grow faster and give them big returns in the long run. You think about how to save, trade, and manage your money in a way that will benefit future generations. This gives you the power to make choices about your money that most people wouldn't. Knowing the value of your money isn't just about getting something right away. It's also about building security and chance, which will help your future and the future financial freedom of your children and grandchildren. This old-fashioned way of thinking affects everything from how you spend your money to when you buy and how you divide up your assets. If you make building wealth that lasts for generations your top priority, you can use long-lasting money strategies like smart savings, investments, and portfolios that are designed to achieve consistent long-term growth while putting sustainability ahead of short-term gains. You can also easily pass on your money and knowledge to your heirs through inheritance planning. The goal is to consistently work to improve your finances and handle them well, then pass on the results and lessons you've learned to future generations. That's when you understand that building wealth has affected more than just you and will last a long time. It's nice to know that your money will keep working hard even after you're gone, thanks to the financial legacy you left behind. Lots of people want to get very rich and buy lots of nice things, like expensive cars, big houses, nice clothes, and other things that are seen as signs of success. But different knowledge systems from different times and places support a different point of view. They warn that wealth is temporary and stress, that real happiness comes from using and enjoying things instead of having them. It says it all: his wealth is enjoyed, not owned. Being around beautiful things gives people pleasure, meaning, and happiness. The focus is on the experience itself, not on getting or having something. Imagine how wonderful it would be to enjoy a delightful mix of feelings while taking in stunning views from a mountain lodge. On a deeper level, though, even the nicest things don't really belong to anyone. The atoms and forces of things are always cycling and outliving their masters. We are only here to help for a short time. Because of this, the lesson stresses that real wealth comes from enjoying the wonders of the world without being attached to them. It's a very rare chance. The idea of change and the beauty of impermanence are central to many spiritual practices. Expressing thanks to Mother Earth for all the gifts she gives all of her children is very important in indigenous cultures. Buddhism and other Eastern religions stress how important it is to let go and know that nothing lasts forever. Wisdom traditions often tell people to be generous because sharing material wealth can help other people. When you finally get something you've been working hard for, try to see it as a chance to have some short-term fun. Now, use it to its fullest, share it with others, and let it serve as a lesson that real wealth is found in times and experiences, not in holding on to things forever. We are all tied together by an old rule that says we have to give up everything at some point. The best protection is not having to worry about money. Making a lot of money gives people the basic freedom and comfort they need. People who are financially free can take full control of their lives, follow their interests, and take care of themselves and their families. Being financially free is the best way to feel safe. To be financially free, you need to have enough assets and idle income to cover your costs of life without having to work. Getting rid of the stress of a job you might not enjoy just to make ends meet frees you. You can instead use your time and money to find useful work, increase your knowledge, build relationships, visit new places, and enjoy relaxation activities. Being able to make your own money can give you a sense of security and make you less stressed and anxious about your income. People who depend on their jobs often have to deal with the unpredictability of being laid off or the economy going down. The financially free make steady cash flow from streams and assets. This gives people the confidence to face obstacles, follow their interests, and handle unexpected disasters without losing their balance. Real wealth doesn't mean having more money than you need to feel safe and happy. Epicurus said that some people are never happy, no matter how much they have. Instead of always trying to get more people, the goal is to give everyone enough freedom and safety to thrive. Once you've taken care of your money issues, you can focus on the things that really mean to you, like your family, your faith, your talent, or anything else that makes you happy and complete. Money is not your God. Learn Lesson 7. The thought of getting rich appeals to a lot of people. People in our society often look up to billionaires and see money as the answer to everything. But this way of thinking comes with big risks. When someone really thinks that money has all the power, they have to give up something. Ethics, relationships, and health are quickly pushed to the background as money takes over. Its role as a tool to reach bigger goals gets lost in the mix. Remember that having money doesn't mean you'll be successful or happy. If you fully believe that, you will find that money becomes the most important thing in your life. Seeking profit can lead to bad decisions, like taking advantage of people and your surroundings to get resources. The only thing that determines the value of money is how much it can buy. It has no other meaning. Balanced thought, on the other hand, knows that money is important, but only as one part of value. In fact, money does give us comforts and chances, as well as rewards and effects. There are, however, many things in life that are more important than money. These include love, knowledge, character, service, and spiritual link. Being aware that money is not a godlike force helps you keep a fair view of it. You can do the right thing to make money, spend it carefully, and share it with others. You gain control over your money instead of letting it control you when you understand how money can help you live the life you want without letting it decide what your life's purpose is. Money shouldn't be your only goal in life. You should know what it can and can't do. It is possible to use the power of money successfully while still staying moral. This way, you can get its benefits without giving up your values. It's important to keep money in check and not let it take over your life. So many people think that work and money go hand in hand. The more you work, the more money you make. There is, however, one thing that people who know about money know. Once you save and spend money, it can start making you money. As time goes on, your investments will begin to bring in a good amount of inactive income. This will allow you to cut down on your work while still making more money. This thought can be summed up in a simple but important sentence. When money works for you, you can work less. It's important to know that you don't have to rely on jobs or time charges to make money. It is possible to make your money work for you by investing it in things like stocks, bonds, real estate, or businesses. They get money from a lot of different places, like stock gains, bonuses, rental income, profit sharing, and more. At first, passive income will only add to the money you make from your job, but if you save and spend your money regularly over time, it can start to make you more money than your normal job. You become financially independent when your investments regularly give you the money you need to pay your bills. What this does is greatly increase the amount of time you have open. It's not that you need a regular job. You work because you love what you do, not because you have to. You can also take long breaks from work, which will give you time to work on other important things. No matter what method you take, you should be able to spend your time however you want, as long as you can afford it. How can one get to this state of happiness? Stick to a simple plan. Spend less than you earn, save regularly, and invest wisely with the long term in mind. Then, sit back and watch the magic of compound growth happen. It's important to be patient and follow through, but over time, your money will do most of the work while you take it easy and do less. 8th lesson. Money shows how much worth you make. What is money, and how does it make the world go around? Money is more than just bills and coins. It's a way for people to exchange value with each other. It shows the value that people add to society and trade with each other. People agree that money works because it's seen as a sign of value, which makes it easier for business and people to work together. Money reflects how much society views the efforts you make with your skills, ideas, goods, or services. Like any other tool, how money is used rests on how smart and careful the person is who is using it. Do something that will help you. 9th lesson. Be positive and prepare for the worst. When it comes to getting rich, there will always be ups and downs. As time goes on, the stock market goes up and down. As some options fade away, new ones appear. Being flexible is important for coming up with good ideas. Because money is uncertain, it's better to be adaptable and flexible, like a supple tree, than stiff and hard, like an oak tree that breaks easily. How can we use this information to help us make a business choice? When it comes to finances and business projects, keep a happy attitude and a positive mindset. Adopt a positive attitude by focusing on what's possible instead of what's not. But it's important to keep things in perspective and not get caught up in dreams and hopes that are too high. But it's also smart to be ready for the worst by being careful with your money, saving for emergencies, and sharing out your assets. Do not take on too much debt. Developing the strength to handle economic downturns can be done by making living within your means a priority in your daily life. Take advantage of any chances that come up, even if the market changes, the way you think about things changes, or there is a world health crisis. Things are still going their own way in reality. To get good at a skill, you need to be able to change your mind quickly and easily. Is the pandemic having a big effect on your business? Change your attention to a field that is growing quickly. Stocks are going down because the sector is having problems. Use tax loss harvesting while moving money to investments that will earn you more. Are rates of interest going up? Get rid of some of your debt and buy bonds with good returns. The winds that blow on money are always changing. Sometimes they are gentle, and other times they can be chaotic. Don't fight change. Instead, be flexible. Every time you move, you can find new chances. Even if you are hopeful, you shouldn't ignore chances. Being optimistic makes a lot of things possible. It's often smart to find a middle ground. They easily get around the currents and winds that are always changing, enjoying the flow of their trip. Here is a guide to help you handle your money well no matter what. 10. Figuring out how much you're worth. We often don't realize how much we're worth and work hard, which means we miss out on chances to get paid fairly. A lot of kind people give their time to help others by answering questions or offering their professional services. People do this out of kindness and a real desire to help. Being kind doesn't mean you should forget how valuable you are, though. People often say that if you don't value your time, no one else will either. And mismatch happens when kindness is taken advantage of. People are always asking for your time, but not giving you anything in return for your skills and information. You're basically telling other people that they can take advantage of your kindness. They don't have to pay you for your time and skills. To find balance, you need to recognize the value of what you bring to the table. Think about the valuable skills you've gained through different channels, like schooling, practice, and training. Next, come up with a fair way to share them. Do you give your friends free legal help in a relaxed setting? An artist who isn't getting paid for the drawings they've been asked to do? Are there any coders who would be ready to help build a big website for free? Is having a cook plan your meals for free? If you want to move forward, it's important to be clear and direct about how valuable your time and knowledge are. For instance, I'm willing to help with reading simple contracts for close friends, but for a more detailed legal review, the cost will be $150 per hour. Or, I'm open to working on website development if we can agree on a rate of $65 per hour, or sign a project contract. Know how valuable you are by knowing how valuable your time is. Don't give away too many free services. Learn how to set fair prices that are based on your skills and the amount of work that needs to be done. You'll have a steady income and feel good about your own worth. This will also help weed out people who are just trying to take advantage of the situation. Know how valuable you are and push others to do the same by doing business in a fair way. Building up a lot of money takes time and work. To build business companies, get rich on the stock market, and increase your real estate holdings, you need to be persistent and determined. They get bigger slowly over time, which can take years or even decades. People often say that patience is key to making money because it means staying determined and working hard over and over again. When you look more closely at the lives of great business owners or investors, you'll find stories of problems they had to deal with, chances that didn't go as planned, and projects that didn't get people interested right away. Through a process of learning, changing, and persisting, they kept going even though things were hard. In the end, the hard work paid off with a steady income. It's just as important if you want to handle your personal earnings, become financially free, get rich, and hit a net worth of 7 figures. All of them require making clear plans and sticking to them, setting up a safety net for unplanned costs, investing money regularly, spreading out your assets, and looking for ways to lower your tax bill. Interest and rewards that grow over time can only work if you give them time. If you become famous quickly with a hot stock pick or a business that goes popular, you should feel lucky and have a party. It's important to keep in mind, though, that sudden windfalls are not the norm. Getting rich in a way that lasts takes constant work and patience over a long time. Being able to see small steps forward turn into big successes through hard work is very rewarding. Lesson 11. The weight of debt. Credit cards, school loans, personal loans, mortgages, and other financial responsibilities put a lot of stress on families these days, and debt can build up very quickly. But a lot of people don't fully understand the dangerous long-term effects of debt until it's too late. Someone once said, "It's easy to get into debt, but it can be hard to get out of it." When interest payments start, your budget is less open because you have to make payments every month. In the meantime, demand keeps building up. Your debt keeps growing even as you make payments. This math can be used for both big college payments and big credit card debt. Debt can make things hard because it limits your options and needs your full attention all the time. What's the answer? Cut down on your debt as much as possible and do everything you can to pay off any loans you have. Instead of buying things right away, start saving money before you buy them. Simplify and make things easier. Be patient and keep your freedom at the same time. If you spend less than you earn, you won't have to worry about making interest payments forever. At first, it might be hard to stay away from mortgages and moderate student loans, but it's important to remember that debt can make it hard to get money for other things. You are not saving money when you pay off your bills. The money you spend goes to making other people rich. Getting rid of your bills can have a big effect on your general finances. Money is set aside for business ventures, personal projects, retirement plans, and investments. As bills go down, net worth goes up at the same time. Paying off all of your bills is the first step to getting rich. By putting in the work and saving regularly, you can get rid of your financial problems for good. What makes it unique, and how does it change lives? Enjoy the chance to get richer and the peace of mind that comes with being in charge of your financial future instead of being stressed out by debt. The draw is too strong to resist. The promise of making a lot of money in a simple and quick way. Get-rich-quick plans often catch the attention of a lot of people from all walks of life. These methods for getting rich quickly, on the other hand, usually don't work. What's even scarier is that they often leave their following broke. Many scams try to get people to join by promising them quick money. Investments in cryptocurrency or stocks that are expected to grow a lot in a short amount of time are often based on business chances that are overstated and make ridiculous claims of high returns with little work. There are a lot of scams out there that promise you can get rich by recruiting others into their business or win at gambling. The siren song of these schemes usually involves a great secret, the promise of endless wealth, or the easy way to start making money right away with no risk. It looks like a great deal, right? But things rarely go as planned because building long-term wealth is usually more difficult in real life. Giving real value to people or markets is a slow but necessary part of getting rich. To be financially successful, you need to constantly use business basics, make investments based on real economics, do real work, and wait for growth to compound over time. On the other hand, plans that claim quick money usually use flashy tricks that don't work. When it comes to basic math and systems, their amazing secrets don't always lead to long-lasting answers. In the end, reality sets in when buyer demand drops, legal action is taken, or spread models that depend on getting new people to join run out of steam. No matter how appealing they may seem, stay away from plans that promise quick money. You can make steady success by sticking to good business and investment ideas and focusing on providing real value. In spite of the fact that it might not look showy, the results often show exciting and long-lasting effects after 10 years. 12. Putting money into yourself is the best thing you can do. You can put your money to work in a number of ways, including stocks, bonds, mutual funds, real estate, and cash. Different experts have different ideas about which choice will give you the best returns. But what is the one trade that everyone says is the safest? Putting money into your own growth and building up your skills. For what reason is it best to bet on yourself? When used on purpose, the human spirit has a huge amount of promise for growth. By putting time and money into developing a clear vision for your life purpose, job skills, artistic gifts, health, and relationships, you can have a lot of happiness, satisfaction, and money for a long time. To start investing in yourself, you need to be honest about your skills, flaws, and areas where you can improve. To improve your skills, efficiency, and impact, make clear goals. Adopt a growth attitude over time, which means you see your skills as malleable and able to grow with hard work and smart use. In real life, this means giving yourself the tools you need to improve your skills and abilities, which you can then use to be more creative, productive, and good with customers. Spend money on classes that will help you get a better job. You can make extra money from your hobbies by paying for trips, classes, or gear. You can afford a teacher who can help you make big, long-lasting changes to your life if you make changes in other parts of your life. Putting money into yourself can pay off every day through better performance, which is a great way to grow. By making the workplace better, learning soft skills in a workshop can help you make more money. Knowing how to use marketing strategies can help you make more sales. Learning an exercise practice makes your mind clearer, which helps you solve problems better. Your most valuable tool is still your human potential. Ultimately, investing time and effort into learning, even a small part of it, can lead to big financial gains. Right from the start, make sure you bet on yourself and keep doing that often. Giving up the traditional idea of trading time for money is a big part of learning how to make a lot of money these days. Knowing what it means to punch the hourly clock can help you deal with limited income. To truly become wealthy, you need to use your unique skills to make big gains. To make stacked income, you need to make money that doesn't depend on how much time you put in. Over the course of several years, writers make income from their books instead of getting paid all at once. Selling product rights is how software writers make money. It's a prize for the work they've already done. People who make movies on YouTube can make money from videos that get a lot of views. Investors get money from things that do their own work. The key is to learn high-paying skills that are both specialized and scalable. It can be very helpful to be an expert in certain areas, such as technology, innovation, science, or business, especially if that knowledge can be used on a large scale or by managing resources well. To give you an example, a good trial lawyer can make a good living, but it takes a lot of time and work. A very skilled surgeon with their own special methods, tools, and techniques can make extra money by training other doctors, selling new ideas, and getting patients from all over the world. Both show a high level of skill, but one makes it clear that it can bring in more money and provide long-term earning potential. At the moment, only a small number of skills can benefit from being amplified significantly. In what ways does it get hard? Getting a deep understanding that goes beyond what a beginner knows, and then coming up with new ways to sell those skills to make passive or scalable income. This challenges our dependence on ease of use and quick satisfaction. The perks, on the other hand, make the difficult learning process worth it. Find the skills you're naturally good at, make them easier to levels that aren't usually seen, and turn them into self-sufficient things that make money for you without you having to do anything. The original work is definitely worth it when you think about the extra money and freedom that come with it. Lesson 13. Learn how to handle your money better. Stress about money is one of the most common things that can happen in life. A lot of people are constantly worried that they don't make enough money, that they can't make ends meet with each paycheck, and that they are too stressed out by their mounting bills to deal with them. These kinds of money problems can make people feel stressed, angry, and like they don't have many options. But things don't have to stay this way. For long-lasting effects, not being able to handle your money well is important. It is very important to understand your personal funds, even if things are going badly and aren't entirely your fault. For starters, find out how much money you have. Look closely at your income, your costs, and any spending that you don't need to be doing. This could be making your money problems worse. It is important to keep track of all of your spending, no matter how small, so you can see where your money is going. Find ways to save money by identifying costs that aren't necessary, like buying things on the spur of the moment, paying for services that you no longer need, or membership fees for things you haven't used. First, make a budget that fits your actual pay to your actual costs. Lower your costs by cutting back on housing, transportation, fun, and other areas as needed to make sure they are doable. Focus on schooling, look for other ways to make money, and actively seek better job opportunities to maximize your earnings. You can also get better at managing your money by learning how to use banking tools, make smart investments, do your taxes, and save money in smart ways. Learning to read and write helps you handle your money better instead of hurting you. You can get through the process if you are determined, brave, and don't feel bad about making mistakes with your money in the past. But freedom is just around the corner. You can take charge of your financial life once you learn how to track your income and spending. Do not let money rule your worries and decisions. Instead, you have the power to control its effects. This power gives you peace of mind so you can meet different needs, achieve your goals, and deal with problems that come up out of the blue. Take charge of your money before it takes over your life. Lesson 14. Make your own rules for living. How do you measure wealth? People often judge it by its physical goods, like money, stocks, and real estate. But real wealth is more than just having a lot of money in the bank. Having the freedom and money to fully enjoy life's events is what real wealth is all about. Once our basic needs are met, like food, housing, and safety, getting more money doesn't have much of an effect on our pleasure. Getting deeply important experiences and achieving your goals through the smart use of resources is what really matters. Let's look at an example of a rich person who runs businesses and invests their money. Interestingly, they might not be as happy with their daily lives as a trip writer who constantly immerses themselves in new cultures and makes a humble living. The first person is rich in money, and the second person is rich in important events. From this new point of view, wealth means having the freedom to fully enjoy things like relationships, creation, work, travel, and more, without having to worry about money. It stresses how important it is to live with purpose and make sure that our time and money are spent in ways that are in line with our ideals, rather than chasing status symbols to feel fulfilled. Philosopher Henry David Thoreau said that the real test of wealth is how well a person can let go of things they don't need. Instead of chasing financial goals that look like success, you can find true wealth by putting your energy into your hobbies that are in line with your purpose. Are you fed up with being stuck in a job that just pays the bills and doesn't give you the freedom to live the life you want? To move forward, it's not enough to just raise salaries. The money needs to be reorganized so that it really does add to happiness. Set up ways for investments, passive income streams, and things that go up in value to bring in money. You can now live life to the best because you have the freedom and money to do so. Instead of focusing only on money, think about how well you can match with your soul's purpose. When you think about what wealth means to you, living your life the way you want it to be gives you the freedom to break free from what other people may expect of you. You don't agree with the way society defines success in terms of material things and status symbols like big paychecks, fancy cars, high-status jobs, and crossing things off a list. Instead, you use your real self to figure out what's important. You might want to think about the values, hobbies, relationships, and activities that make you happy and fulfilled. Instead of chasing empty status symbols, spend your time, money, and work on things that really make you happy. Being honest is important here. People you talk to at work, with family, or with a partner can make it hard to set limits and build trust so you can stay true to yourself. Showing that you want to live on purpose instead of letting random events carry you around idly. It also means making adjustments and taking risks. Leaving the usual routes for your job can be scary. The process of trading your money for happiness is easy to understand. When judging these kinds of decisions, one must not take into account what most people think, but living a life that is in line with your values gives you unshakable drive, strength, and a deep sense of purpose. It's no longer just a way to make money to work. It starts to make sense. Being busy isn't as important as spending time with people you care about and working on your own growth. Instead of just ease, decisions are based on health as a whole, which includes the mind, body, and spirit. Every day, there are times when you have to make a decision. Could you explain the way of life, or would you rather have someone else do it? Choose to live your life the way you want to, no matter what other people think. Money management is the last lesson. Make money, grow it, and handle it without being seen. As our journey comes to a close, we've looked at some important money sense rules that can help you get rich and keep it that way. These lessons are based on what I've learned about money over the years, so I really hope you found them useful. Remember that real knowledge is what separates good people who make money from great ones, especially when you think about long-term success. Taking care of money can be hard, but making sure that future generations will be wealthy for a long time takes special skills. Learn the basics, save money, invest wisely, and stick to your budget. Allow the magic of compound interest to work for you by being patient and persistent. It's important to be humble as your wealth grows. Having a lot of money can make people cocky, so it's important to stay away from that. It is important to handle wealth wisely because it can disappear just as quickly as it was gained. You should know how to deal with risks and spread out your capital. Before brazenly showing off your money, think about the possible security risks and legal problems that could come up. Lastly, don't pay attention to comparisons, talk, or social pressure when it comes to money. Look for advice from people who have been through more and learned more from it. Mentors who live by the same money rules that you do and whose goals are similar to yours. A lot of different roads can lead to wealth. It is important to pick the ones that fit with your personality, beliefs, and idea of success. Wishing you to get rich in a good way. Keep it up by working hard and handle it wisely and properly over time. Now, do something that will motivate you.